everybody, I am back for another great story to tell you guys about the times that I went rogue. So I want to kick this off with a story about the very first time I ever was lied to. So this is the day that I realized that there was such a thing as deception. Before the days of this, I had my innocence intact. I had no clue that such a thing as a lie could even exist, because everything up to that point in my life was truthful, was innocent, was pure. So here's what happened. I'm about 3 or 4 years old. My older sister Anna had some friends over at the time, and I, having no friends because I was a little kid, I didn't even go to school yet, I wanted to play with her and her friends. So here's what happened. Anna and a bunch of her friends were in her room. I decide to open the door, come in and say, "I want to play with you guys." Normally, my older sister would let me play with her and her friends, but this day, she just wasn't having it. She told me, "No, you can't play with us, William. Get out of my room." Do you remember that phrase? Get out of my room? It was like such a perfect thing to say when you were angry. Get out of my room! But alas, being a socially deprived boy and being very lonely, I said, "No, I want to play with you guys." And what did Anna do? She pushed me out of the room and I held on to the door. Now, I'm about 3 years younger than my sister, but because I was a boy, I did have some strength to leverage on, and it made the playing field about even. At that point, my sister told me, "William, if you let go of the door, I'll let you in and you can play with us." Now remember, my innocence is intact, so of course I believed her, and I immediately let go of the door and said, "Okay." To which she promptly slammed the door in my face as I heard the lock. Now again, this was a moment in my life where I had no idea what deception was. I had no idea that you could say that which was not true, and I was dumbfounded. I remember standing there in complete darkness in the hallway while her friends laughed and feeling the bamboozlement of what just took place. I remember being devastated. That's right, Anna, if you're watching this, I was a devastated little boy because I learned about deception in the most cruel, harsh way anyone could have. This is the first day where I learned how to go rogue. So now that we've prefaced how Will discovered what it means to deceive, let's fast forward to high school to another fun story of me putting going rogue into practice. Now, in high school, I was part of a class called ROTC, which is like the Reserved Officer Training Corps, something like that, where kids basically learn how to military. Now, I'm gonna be straight up with you, I hated ROTC. I mean, there were aspects that I loved about it. I went to Leadership Academy, I was captain of the air rifle team, but what I hated about ROTC was that there were so many kids in the program, in my program specifically, that had crazy power trips. Just imagine the most douchebag kid in your class with a bunch of medals and power to tell you what to do. This is what I hated about my ROTC years. With all this built-up angst over despising people in my class with insane power trips, one day I got back at them. It was a day just like any other day in class, except that day we were playing a special game. Now, this game required everyone to hold a remote. On the remote was a single button where you pressed it, and a single siren in the middle of the class sounded. I know, it's a very soothing, lullabious sound. So basically we were playing like Jeopardy. There was an overhead projector and there were categories in which you could choose, and if anyone knew the answer, anyone could press the buzzer, sound the alarm in the middle, and answer the question. However, there was one caveat to this game, and that was whoever pressed the button on the remote, the siren would go off, but no one knew who pressed the remote button. You would press the button, the siren would go off, and then you would raise your hand to say, "Oh, I pressed the button, and I'm gonna answer the question." So halfway through the game, the question hasn't even been asked yet, and I press the button to alarm the buzzer. The siren stops, the class leader goes, "Okay, who pressed the button?" Nobody says anything. My class leader goes, "Okay, nobody? Oh, okay, must have been an accident, no problem." Alright, the class leader begins asking the question. Midway through the question, I press the button again. Okay guys, I haven't finished asking the question, Who pressed the button? Again, nobody answers. My class leader finishes the question, and there's a silence. Nobody knows the answer. So I press the button again. Okay, seriously, who's pressing the button? Silence. The class is completely silent. Everyone's looking around, everyone's confused, and all of a sudden, I make eye contact with one of my best friends in this class named Brian. We make eye contact, and he starts to smile. I start to smile, and he realizes that it's me. Of course it's me. He knows me. I've gone f***ing rogue. I'm disrupting this beautiful, peaceful Jeopardy game that all my ROTC classmates are just trying to get through, but I'm making it hard for everyone. Finally, out of frustration, my class leader says, "Alright guys, the next person to press the buzzer who doesn't know the answer to the question, everyone is going to drop on their face and do 25 push-ups. Am I clear?" And everyone goes, "Sir, yes sir," you know, that whole ROTC spiel. And this is when I knew the moment of pressing that buzzer would be the sweetest. I could feel the weight of the consequences before me, and it felt good. My class leader proceeds, who, by the way, is one of those people I wanted to get back at because he had an insane power trip problem. My goodness. Why do you give kids this kind of power over other kids? It's not healthy. My class leader begins to read the next question. Halfway through that question, I look at my best friend across the room, Brian. He starts to smile. I start to smile. He nods. I nod. I press the motherfucking button. Okay, that's it. Everybody, on your face. 25 push-ups right now. Everyone grumbles, everyone goes down, everyone starts doing push-ups. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind working out. It's not a punishment to me. It's hilarious, okay? But what I didn't account for was that there was a cadet next to me named Jason, who saw my smile to my friend Brian. As everyone got up, out of breath, taking their seats once again, Jason goes, "You know what? I think Will is a person who's been..." Now, as he began this sentence, I felt my heart sink faster than Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic because I knew this shit was gonna be ice cold for me if I let him accuse me in front of my whole class. I knew that if uncontested, Jason was going to rat me out to my entire platoon and everyone was going to know that it was me who was roguing this button. So as Jason was finishing his accusation, I knew I had two options. One, let the accusation stand and get in big trouble. Or two, double down. I doubled down. I interrupted Jason and I said, "Jason, are you accusing me of pressing that button and sounding that alarm off just because I think it's funny? Are you accusing me of disrespecting my classmates and forcing everyone to do 25 push-ups? Are you accusing me of having the audacity to do something like that?" And to my delighted surprise, Jason began to back off. And it was that moment of hesitation that I pounced further like a lion. "Are you seriously accusing me right now? Without any proof? Without any proof? You think that I'm the kind of person to do that?" And he relented. Well, I guess not. I didn't see you do it, but I saw you smile. And is smiling against the rules? He's my friend. We think things are funny. Come on! Oh, okay, well, never mind then, never mind. And that was the day I got back at every single person in that class who ever had a power trip and used that power against me and my fellow peers. Yeah, maybe my fellow peers had to do push-ups as well. That's collateral damage. That happens in war. It's ROTC, it's very appropriate. I wanted to share this story with you because you need to know this about me. If we're gonna continue this relationship of you watching my life unravel and me putting myself out here, well, you need to know this about me. Okay, well, thank you for listening, guys. I really appreciate your attention and support. Oh, and before you leave, make sure to like and subscribe and check out my guided meditation here because I created it just for you to help with anxiety, depression, and all those things that cause stress and worry in your brain. You can download it to your cell phone because it is an MP3. Just enter in your email and I will know where to send it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful week and take care.